Well, one of our gCADPlus users in the United States wants a little help on the best way to get an image file out of gCADPlus and get it in a form where it can go into a PowerPoint presentation. We find the best way is to move from model space into creating a layout, and the layout is on a relatively small size sheet. Here it's been put on a layout architectural A size sheet. So we've got quite a small sheet here, and we're displaying the image that we want, or a collection of images that we want, and now we're in a position to save from this a relatively high resolution image. So let's right click and go zoom extents. That shows us the whole layout, and then we'll go to tools and make raster. That pops up this export to raster image dialog box, and it's defaulting to a PNG file, but we could put it on the desktop and we'll just call it section, and we'll change back. We could use JPEG, but our user wants to use a PNG file, so we're going to save a image from gCADPlus, call it section PNG, so we click save. Now at this point, notice that we're going to make an image 1450 by 800. You'd probably want a higher resolution than that, so we'll pick rectangle, and this gives you some control over what the image will look like. I try and balance the amount of white space around it like so, making sure I include the scale here. Now we're down to an image 1000 pixels wide. Now gCADPlus can write out an image much higher resolution. You might even go to say 180 dots per inch. That'll give you 2068, but I'd be trying for a very high resolution image here. You could go higher. I think you can get up to about 8,000 or 9,000 pixels wide, but I think a resolution of 300 dots per inch would be enough. So we'll say OK. Now if we go to the desktop now, we should have one called section. So select section and right click, and we'll open it with our favorite free image editor, gFanView, and there's our image. And we can even here go image and sharpen, and that gives us a really nice crisp version of our file, and that will be ready to go happily into a PowerPoint presentation. Well, as a little experiment, I went to format and line weights, and because our user wants a really crisp image, I've set the default line weight about halfway 0.007 of an inch, and I've applied that. And then we'll go, as we did before, right click, pick up that rasterize command again. There's our resolution at 600. That's going to give us a really high resolution image, and we'll just say OK, and that's going to write it out as section 2. So let's go to the desktop and we'll open it again with gFanView, and we'll use the plus sign here and just zoom in, and I think you would agree that that is a very high resolution image and should solve our users' problems.